If you're neurodivergent, you are probably very familiar with masking, even if you didn't know the word until right now. Because our society is set up for neurotypical folks and not neurodivergent folks, nearly all of us mask to some degree. So let's talk about it. What is masking and why do we do it? How does it serve us and how does it not? Hi, my name is Megan and welcome to Neurodivergent Magic, the YouTube channel for accessible and relatable neurodivergent content coming every Tuesday. Let's start simple. What is masking? So masking is a term that originated in the autistic community, and it describes the experience of taking who you are, breaking it down, hiding the stuff that people don't like, and creating a new version of yourself that feels more socially acceptable. If you're listening and that sounds brutal and self-esteem destroying, you're not wrong. Now, despite the fact that the term masking originated in the autistic community, many neurodivergent folks mask regardless of their condition. All of us have been trained from a young age to believe that neurotypical is the norm, that our goal in life should be to be as neurotypical as possible, and that all of the neurodivergent traits standing in our way are a problem. Masking is our response to this. It's our way of dealing with the fact that we are consistently told that who we are is bad. Now, if we're going to talk about what masking is, we should also talk about what masking isn't. Masking is not acting slightly different in different contexts. Let's be honest, we all do that to a certain extent. We're definitely different around our parents than we are around our college friends, and we're different around our college friends than we are around a 6-year-old. And that's okay. That's completely normal and totally fine. And it's not masking. Masking is when it doesn't feel safe to be who you are. Masking is breaking down every aspect of your personality and picking and choosing which parts of yourself are safe to show other people, which parts of yourself other people will accept. Masking is such a problem that a lot of neurodivergent folks honestly feel like they have no clue who they truly are, because masking erodes our sense of self over time. Whereas acting different in different contexts doesn't really erode your sense of self. Something else we should mention when talking about masking is the fact that it can be unintentional. It often starts intentional. We're very young, we notice we're different from the other kids at school, and so we take on some of their traits and we hide some of our own. But over time, this process becomes completely subconscious. And when you're hiding who you are on a subconscious level, that means you're hiding who you are from yourself. And that's heartbreaking to me. Now, you might be thinking, okay, if this is clearly such a bad thing, why in the world do we do it? And the truth is, almost all maladaptive coping mechanisms serve a purpose of some kind. They help us in some way, and masking is no different. Masking helps us fit in. And that might sound simple or silly or not worth it, because at the end of the day, we realize it's not worth it to fit in. It's much better to be authentic. But when you're little and everyone's making fun of you, it seems so easy to just pretend to be someone else. That feels like the obvious answer. Masking is also a really great way to have a support system. It's really hard to have friends when you're unmasked and neurodivergent and in middle school. Kids can be brutal. At the end of the day, despite these benefits, masking also has some long-term disadvantages. As I said before, it totally chips away at your sense of self until you have no clue who you are anymore. But it also puts a wall up between you and other people. You are literally building a facade around yourself so that people can't see the real you. And I understand that that serves a certain purpose, but it also makes it really hard to connect. A lot of neurodivergent folks have problems with social interaction, and a lot of times this is seen as an inherent part of our conditions, but I also think it comes from masking. Of course we don't feel genuinely, authentically connected to people. We're not being ourselves. Of course we struggle to make eye contact. It's hard to look someone in the eye and not feel like they're peering into your soul, the soul that you're so desperately trying to hide. Finally, masking is a problem because it encourages us to internalize the message that who we are is wrong and we have to lie and hide in order to be socially acceptable, in order to be good. This increases shame, and shame is never helpful. So what do we do now? How do we start to take the mask off without falling apart? Check back next Tuesday for my video on how to unmask Neurodivergent Edition. And as always, thank you so much for watching.